Who are you? So stupid. Take a breath and answer me. Just because you are shaking and have an attitude, it doesn't impress me. Don't be smart with me. Straighten up your attitude. People are watching you today. Do you still live with your mother?
What's up, guys? It's your boy Benny. Here's something you've never heard on this channel before. Kamala Harris was right! Kamala Harris is correct! Thank you, Kamala Harris, for your wisdom in this issue alone. Kamala Harris saying that electronic voting machines are susceptible to fraud and that we shouldn't have voting machines connected to the internet. Well, duh! Paper ballots, Kamala Harris? Oh yeah, watch this.
Systems to audit, but also what they can do around best practices and best machinery. We are talking with them about the fact that it is probably best that you do not have your election system connected to the internet. Because that will create greater vulnerabilities. And then look at where we are now in this year of our Lord 2018. We're talking about paper ballots, but that actually might be one of the smartest systems. Going back to, you know, a day when we could have something tangible that we can hold on to, because Russia cannot hack a piece of paper like they can a computer system connected to the internet.
Oh, well, okay. That seems super logical. And thank you, Kamala Harris, for that wisdom from the great beyond. What the hell changed? Well, Kamala Harris learned that a broken election system, when she was the one running on the ticket, really helped her. She figured out how to make it work for her. And so we don't hear any commentary like that ever again from Kamala Harris. But here's what we hear from Obama-appointed judges: that electronic voter systems actually deprive people of their constitutional rights. This is wild breaking news out of Georgia. A Obama judge named Amy Totenberg has issued a decision concurring that there is sufficient reason to believe that electronic voting machines used by the state of Georgia have substantial flaws. The district court judge found that there is sufficient cause to believe that there may be cybersecurity deficiencies, reading directly from the ruling. Cybersecurity deficiencies that are unconstitutionally burden the plaintiff's First and 14th Amendment rights and capacity to cast effective votes that are accurately counted. Boom, baby. Electronic voting machines are unconstitutional, this judge just ruled. Totenberg scheduled a bench trial for January 9th, 2024, sadly after the 2024 election, which entails the absence of a jury. Nevertheless, she acknowledges that the compromise might be possible if the state legislature were to take action. The court cannot wave a magic wand in this case and address the varied challenges of our democracy and election systems in recent years, including those presented in the case, she wrote. But reasonable, timely discussion and compromise in this case, coupled with prompt, informed legislative action, might certainly make the difference and benefit the parties and the public. Critically, the court denied the criticism flaws of Georgia's voting systems based on conspiracy theories. Listen to this. Court notes that the recorded evidence does not suggest that the plaintiffs are conspiracy theorists of any variety. Indeed, some of the nation's leading cybersecurity experts and computer scientists have provided testimony and affidavits on behalf of the plaintiff's case. And in the long course of this litigation, the judge's footnote remarked, the district court then laid out several established objections to the 2020 election. Wow. This is just wild. So, ladies and gentlemen, who's screaming from the rooftop? Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell cheers judge's historic ruling as vindication. Of course, this judge, again, saying that, well, these voting machines' cybersecurity flaws violate constitutional rights of voters, which is true. I mean, again, the constitutional right is that you have your vote cast and counted, and your vote is not, well, fraudulent, or messed with, or fiddled with, or meddled with, or rigged in any way. Historic ruling by a judge. Anyone questioning elections or election machines are not conspiracy theorists. Okay, this seems like a good first step. Zero Hedge says, Mike Lindell, this is going to expose everything. Lindell says Georgia voting machine ruling opened up the door that no man can shut. So this Obama-appointed judge, Amy Totenberg, has agreed with Lindell's legal team that electronic voting machines have substantial flaws. Wow. I mean, this is monster. This is going to expose everything, Lindell said on a Monday appearance on Steve Bannon's show, where he ripped off a tinfoil hat. Can we? We got to see. Oh, there you go. That's great. Look at Mike Lindell. Public's going to demand this amazing trial is going to go forward. Well done. Now, Donald Trump, speaking of the state of Georgia, on a separate issue, Donald Trump has released a video talking about Fulton County, Georgia, that is now trying to put Donald Trump in prison for questioning the results of an election, acknowledges major consent decree that 3,600 individual ballots were duplicated. What the hell is that about? That doesn't sound very secure. 3,600 ballots duplicated? Why is even one ballot being duplicated, much less an amount that could absolutely swing an election? Without question. Watch this.
Interesting. Fulton County, Georgia acknowledges in a major consent decree that 3,600 individual ballots were duplicated. 36 batches of them were duplicated. That's a lot of crime. 3,600 votes. That's really a lot of crime. When are the rest of these facts coming out? We're all waiting. This is the beginning of an unbelievable period of time. This is massive voter corruption.
Well, this is what Donald Trump says. Of course, we always show you the facts. This is what Donald Trump is referring to before the state election board, state of Georgia, Fulton County Board of Registration Elections, a consent order that acknowledges that ballots were duplicated and that is illegal. Also acknowledges the mishandling of ballots. So that's not good. And saying that they didn't follow 2020 election laws. Well, that's really not good. So what else happened? Well, since then, Georgia has passed some light election integrity laws. They should certainly pass more. Georgia elections are completely and totally messed up, along with a ton of elections across the country, right? Bridgeport, Connecticut had an election that was so completely effed that the judge threw it out. Now judges are having to throw out elections. The judge threw out the election saying, this election is such trash, I can't figure out who the legitimate winner is. The volume of ballots were so mishandled as such as calls into the result of the primary election into serious doubt and leaves the court unable to determine the legitimate result of the primary, saying that the videos of ballot stuffing are shocking to the court and the court should be shocked. Court overturns a primary in the Democrat Party, of course, where there was obvious and clear ballot stuffing. Elon Musk responding to this, saying, wait a second, judge orders a new election in Connecticut after surveillance video shows ballot stuffing. That happens here, and it's beyond a reasonable doubt. The only question is how common it is. Well, we can just head on over to a state that isn't, well, Connecticut. Here's Ohio, where CNN inadvertently captured ballot stuffing on camera.
Dropbox in Cuyahoga County, Ohio.
Ooh.
You can see this woman right here casting her vote. Did you vote for Reagan or Jimmy Carter?
Carter.
Carter, okay. We don't want to get too personal with people here, but you can see there's actually a traffic jam. We can come around this way and you can see there are cars.
Look at you can actually don't want to get too personal. Don't want to show this lady with how many ballots does she have there? She has at least a dozen ballots. And she says she's a Democrat. She voted for Jimmy Carter. So that means she's a hardcore Democrat activist. Nobody voted for Jimmy Carter. Who the fuck voted for Jimmy Carter? Elon Musk weighs in on Bridgeport Democratic mayoral primary do-over. Elon Musk saying this is insanity. Oh, look at us, linked in the article. Isn't that fun? Yeah, we're hustling out here. Elon Musk then posts this video showing this woman stuffing a ballot box in, of course, the state of Georgia, Gwinnett County, Georgia, on November 2020 election. Remember, this is the most secure election in history. And you can see the video of the lady walking up and just shoving stacks of ballots. Now, of course, this is plainly and obviously illegal. You're only allowed to deliver your ballot. But somehow these ladies get stacks of ballots into their hot little hands and then shove them right into that unmanned, unmonitored drop box, all in the name of safety. Interesting. Who is it that created COVID again? Yeah, I'll tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, court finds Arizona's signature matching process unlawful in massive win for election integrity. Apparently, let me summarize this because I've read through all this. There's a Superior Court judge, John Napier, in Yavapai County in Arizona, who said, not only do you not have signature matching, you literally just don't have a process at all. You don't even try and match the signatures. Anyone can scribble anything on any document, and you just approve it and you count it. The court found that Arizona's signature matching process is unlawful. So people are finally fighting back. Thank God. Oh, and by the way, in case you think this affects only Republicans, no, of course not. The Connecticut case is in a Democrat district. And this, ladies and gentlemen, Patterson City Council and wife stole mail-in ballots to rig 2020 election. Why isn't this the biggest story on earth? These people took the ballots out of mailboxes, ripped up the votes that were against them, and then inserted ballots that voted for them. This is what we've been warning about. These New Jersey Democrats, wild, man, wild. These are Democrats doing this against other Democrats. Just FYI. The Connecticut thing was a Democrat versus Democrat primary. Alex Mendez in New Jersey, charged with conspiracy to commit election fraud and a bunch of other charges. This guy will go to prison for a long time. Along with this woman, Arizona woman, admits guilt in ballot collection scheme. Why is it important to have signature verifications? Because this lady, always a Democrat activist, always a Democrat activist. This lady in Arizona just went ahead. Guillermina Fuentes is her name. In San Luis, Arizona, went to all these Hispanic communities, hoovered up all the ballots, and then filled them out herself. And she's on camera doing it. They have the video camera of her. She just went right outside. This is how on its face corrupt these people are. So brazen. She went out and she just filled out the ballots right on the box itself and just shoved them in. Filled out a ballot, shoved it in. All of her neighbors' ballots. Who was paying her to do this? Who was paying her? What did she pay the people to get their ballots? I show you this a lot, but this is an important, very important thing that Heritage Foundation does. The voter fraud sampling of recent cases of election fraud across the United States. It is always shocking when I show this to people how common voter fraud is. It is so common. In the year 2023, which is the year we live in right now, there are hundreds of convictions for voter fraud. Duplicate voting, false registration, ineligible voting, fraudulent use of absentee ballots. It always follows the same case. Absentee ballots or mail-in ballots that have been illegally harvested and then have been rigged in order to steal an election inside and shoved into a unaccountable drop box. That is the system. That is the system that has been created by people that wish to destroy our elections. Systems created by people like this guy who says he's created the greatest voter fraud organization in American history.
And you guys did it for our the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
Now, okay, so always getting, you always get fact checked. Oh, Joe Biden, he didn't actually say that when he mumbled and fell over and fell asleep. He actually said this in some Shakespearean sentence, right? Am I allowed to quote Joe Biden? Can somebody do a fact check on this? Did he say that or did he not? Did Kamala Harris say we need to use paper ballots because electronic voting is not a secure form of voting when you have voting machines hooked up to the internet? Joe Biden straight up said it, man. So who am I supposed to believe? Am I allowed to quote that? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for secure elections and we are fighting for them. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. Keep our elections safe. See ya.